Okay, back for the next step. I just had to clear off the table a little bit. This is my backing piece of line, or my liner for the belt. This is the finish side though, so we want to rough this up. This is the side that'll be against the clothes, and that already has kind of a suede-ish tight finish on the rough side, and that really grips to your clothes well. So, I bought a rougher, but I want to show you this tool. I showed it to you before, and it has different gauges for, maybe like this. It has different gauges for what the weight or the millimeter is. So we're going to measure it and see what it is. It won't 3/4 on this piece, and 3/4 on, 4/5. It's 4/5. It won't go into the 3/4. So that's a 4/5 piece onto an 8/9, like a file, basically. And I'll do this end real quick so I can turn it off. So if you watch this, it will start to discolor because I'm getting the top surface off. That way when I spread the contact cement on it, it has something to adhere to. Okay. Alright, see that on? Yes. See how it scraped that finish off? Now we can glue this and the back of this and then stick it together. Alright, I got the whole big old long strip to do, so no need to watch me do that. Alright, check it out. Okay, another little short video. You got the contact cement and everything ready. This side's been roughed up and has its contact cement. So, time to bring the belt over to this is the fun part, trying to keep all this from getting on to the other part. Now, we got first contact. I got the rivet that's going to be sealed up inside the backer. That way there's no chance of it getting down and messing up your clothes. And we are almost there. And we're to the edge of the table. That's a good thing. Now, get it with my hands. Just press down a little bit. Now, I'm going to take my little itty bitty roller. Just give this a quick little roll. And we'll cut that off when everything's dried out so it's a nice even line. Alright, that's all I got for right now. See y'all in a bit. Okay, this is Marshall PC. Here to put the finishing touches on my new belt. Gotta put the little bit of bling I got on it, but first we're going to set some rivets. Using real rivets. This is a rivet setting tool. Has a hollow part that you slide this post up in. And in the meantime, it sets the top of the copper here. Then depending if we got any to cut off, we'll cut that off and then peen it with this little concave part. At least that's the object. I am no expert rivet putter inner by any means, but rivets hold it nice. Alright, and we are down on there, and all this from here around is stitched on to the belt all the way through. Now it's riveted on. So, what do we need to do? We got a pair of side cutters here, which is not the best pair in the world, but they will do, I guess. So I got to kind of work my way around this because this is a pretty thick rivet. And when this thing pops off, it's made out of copper, but it's pretty hard copper. And when it pops off, it likes to just go wherever it wants to go. I heard it. I didn't see it. Now, we got the little piece right here that is sharp, but that's what this tool's for. So we're going to pound on this a little while and work our way around. What that does is start rounding that dome and laying it down over top of this. So instead of deafening you guys like I know I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to work on this. You've seen how I was just hitting it and kind of working it around like this. And then when I bring you back, this rivet will be done. Alright, hold on. Alright, I'm back. Rivet set. I don't know how good it, but yeah, you can see how it peened over now. This is mushroomed on to the top of this. This is buried underneath the second ply. So that's the finished end of what that belt looks like. Not too bad. I gotta put the little thing on it, and we'll do that at the very last, and I'll hook up all the buckles. But in the meantime, I got one more of these ropes to set, so I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, this is Marshall PC Wabash. I'm back. We're on the finishing touches. Figured I would break out my old belt. The belt on top, the darker one, is the one that's getting retired. I lost a lot of weight, so this belt bullet loop is just taking up all the space on the belt. So I got everything lined up with my old belt. You can see up at this end. Now I was down to this hole right here. So on this belt, I started with a working hole here in case I lose some more weight. I can tighten it up. But I can always extend it out if just the opposite happens. All I gotta do is unstitch this and pull this rivet out. But this belt came out pretty daggone nice with the stitching around this. This is a double billet, but we're going to put the finishing touches on it. So this belt may come to a Cowboy swap meet near you with a dirt low price on this end right here. And what we have for this end is a little tip. And that goes right there. So we got to shove it on here, and then we're going to kind of give it two holes back here. Now, just something for that. There, it's got two screws, really small screws, but they have to seat in that leather piece on the top so it don't pull out. So look how little them puppies are. They're so little. And they are tapered. They have a little sharp little point on them. So we just give them a little help. So itsy bitsy. Yeah. Miss Roxanne just came in. Checking on me. Maybe I can get it started by hand. They are small. Okay. That one's in the hole. That one is too now. And there's the two little divots. Now we shove this back on there. Hold her down. Go do that, so we ain't. Okay, I'm back. I did what it said. I went on there and put a little hole in there for them screws to go in. So this is the strap end that the buckle goes on. Looks pretty good. Now we get up here to this end. And right now it's just sitting here. So I may want to change out this buckle in the future. So what I'm going to do on this end, I have it stitched. It's a little 1-inch buckle. I have it stitched. And I have a copper rivet set there. So I'm going to put the base of the Chicago screw right here. The leather's starting to shrink up, which is good. It grabs that good. Side. Like that. Then, whoops, this end gets the buckle. Like that. Now this tag will envelop both the keepers. So it's going to come under the big keeper, and this little keeper stays on top. So it looks like this on the inside. At least that's how I do them. Sometimes I rivet it, sometimes I do them different, but this is the general idea. Now we have to find our bottom piece, which I just did. Now what we're going to do is put in the top, which is a screw. Therefore it's a Chicago screw. And then we just screw this down tight as we can get it. When it starts turning in my fingers, then I'll stop right there. Now we find the other end, and here's the other piece. So we got to get it down in there. There we go. And we've got contact. Because this belt's going to debut tomorrow. Now we're going to put it together. Show what the finished configuration looks like. Just slide it up here. Okay. Then put my Marshall PC Wabash. On my belt. There we go. Looks like I ain't gonna move it. Then we're going to put the knife on. Now, I got this from watching a Jedi Knight video. I said, I think I can make that. So my neighbor had this knife. So, and then I seen the frog on his video. I said, that's cool. And then he had the sheath. I said, I can incorporate that. So I cut out a window, made the frog, got an antique knife at a second-hand store, and it just slides right in, and you can use it as a boot knife or a belt knife. So that goes on next. So that sits there. Now, the right-hand holster, I got this from a fella down at the Eyes of March match by the name of, he must make 5,000 of these. He's got his name on it, Larry Page, out of South Carolina. And it's got a little Marshall star. But these will tighten up just about every screw on a Cowboy action revolver. That goes in. Now I made these holsters. And put a little concho on there. Says United States Navy. Now, the last piece. And this is why I didn't put bullet loops on this particular belt, because I made this. This is my little cartridge holder. I put a little gusset in here so it holds all my bullets. Put a little button here, and what that does, it rides here. And when you put everything on the belt around you, now we're going to come back over here, show you how put everything on there. Here's the wrap around end. Here's the new inside keeper, so that slides right in there, and it'll slide right through the back end of my holster, just like that. And all this is the same material I made the chap out of. Then the buckle, of course, does what buckles do. You bring it through. It's the first time this thing's been in working mode, so everything's still a bit stiff. And that's what we got. There we go, nice and tight. Looks nice and finished. Then my ammo little thing comes around, kind of rides on the front of me. That way I can adjust my holsters to fit me where I want them. Like I said, my cross draw holster, that one sits right there. And there we go. It's nice and tight. It ain't going nowhere. So, that's all she wrote. Side note, my son made me a frame out of a old cabinet and sent it, brought it over for Father's Day, but it didn't have, it was just a frame. He said, well, you can put something in it. So me and my wife put our heads together, and this is what she did. I gave her all my badges and stuff from like Cowboy action matches that I've been to since 2019. There we go. Anyway, she put like a Deadwood cowboy scene on the back. They're dealing cards, but they're all skeletons. And this is Gunfight at the Double C. It's in the state of Virginia. Virginia City Marshals is in the state of Virginia. Eyes of March was in Florida. Thunder in the Brush down Mechanicsville. First state championship in Virginia I went to is at Star City. That's where I met Bullets by Scarlet for the first time and her husband when he was making his earplugs. That's my clean match one. Whoop whoop. 2021. Another Cavalier gunfight at the Double C. This is this year's Smoke on the Mattaponi. 2020, right before COVID hit, this is our first shoot of the year. It's in January. Then we haven't shot there since. That's at the NRA Museum. The Appalachian Showdown, which is the West Virginia State Championship. Back to Thunder in the Brush. And this year's theme at the Eyes of March in Florida was Silverado. Gathering on the Mattaponi, that's their first match of the year, first big match of the year. And this is my 21 Florida State Championship Eyes of March, posse number 8. But she put this material on and then put like there's backing, some kind of backing material, and then she ran these little ribbons down so I got room for more. And run a rope around here and then finished it off with a nice little square knot. So I think that was a pretty good use of that. And it'll go up on the wall right next to some of the plaques that I have. Alright, well, this is Marshall PC Woolberry. I'll be back at it again tomorrow. Alright, later.